I think we've all heard of the phrase too big to fail before, and Call of Duty has reached that point where it is a franchise that is too big to fail. Regardless if you're a die-hard Call of Duty fan or not, I bet you could agree that the last couple of games are not the best. Even Cold War, a game that I'd like a lot, has a ton of problems. And it really all started with Black Ops 4 and the futuristic stuff of Infinite Warfare, and while the game's quality, I believe, has certainly gone downhill by a lot, the fan base has never really changed the point of, yeah, no, this game is fun, we're just gonna keep playing it. That's crazy. People didn't complain about Vanguard, they just kind of called it trash and then continued to play it. Warzone is something that is too big to fail, even though people complain about it all the time. Hackers ran wild in the Black Ops 6 beta, and nothing was done about it, which is crazy, because they're just gonna keep playing it, because Call of Duty is too big to fail, and Call of Duty has infinite chances to get something right or wrong, because even if they do it wrong, everybody's just gonna keep playing it because it's Call of Duty. And if you don't really like it, suck it up for 6 months and then, I don't know, buy the next game in a year, because they haven't stopped the yearly cycle, even though they said that they were going to stop doing the yearly cycle. What people loved about the original golden age of Call of Duty is that every single year it wasn't the exact same game. Starting with 2008, you had World War II, and then you moved into the modern day, and then the Cold War, and then back into a more modern day, and so on and so on. Those 5-6 years were perfection, because regardless of if you like the new release or not, all of the old games were still heavily populated and still had an amazing community around it. That's something I feel like Call of Duty nowadays doesn't really have. They pushed all of the games into one singular app that you have to download all of them. And although they're still having some type of balance, I guess you could call it balance, it all feels like the exact same game. And that's really just the switch to the new engine, which is a different controversial thing that I personally despise, but what are you going to do about it? Everything since 2019 has felt like Modern Warfare but with the M1 Grands, or Modern Warfare but with the Commando. It's just a different feel compared to the older games, where you look at something like World at War, all of the guns feel clunky, and yeah, that's because of the engine and it being 2008, but you compare that to CoD 4 the year before and it was so much smoother, and then you compare it to Modern Warfare 2 where it gets even smoother, and then you get back to Black Ops 1, and although it's still smooth, it's still got that rugginess of the Cold War. Instead, the MP40's got 10 million rounds in Vanguard. Truth be told, I'm very excited for Black Ops 6. It is the first Call of Duty game that I've actually had hope in, because Treyarch is really the only good developer left standing. Infinity Ward all shipped out after Modern Warfare 3, the original, in 2011, and let's be honest, Sledgehammer has never been good. they have never been good. So Treyarch, when I see something Treyarch, at least, I always get excited, and I'm gonna take it in with a fresh set of eyes, and the beta was interesting. I did enjoy playing some of the beta. I did not get a lot into it, but for what's there, you know, the maps, the hackers, it's kind of whatever. We actually got to see if they'll actually fix anything. I really doubt that they will, but who knows, right? But I'm very excited for this game, and it's the first time Call of Duty has had real hope from the larger gaming community. But Call of Duty has never needed the larger gaming community. All it needed was just the guys who just buy it every single year and play it round after round after round, and then they go buy the next game. They've had brand loyalty like Apple for such a long time that it's impossible to get somebody to not buy the game after buying it for the past 12 years. And this sales tactic has helped Call of Duty so much, get so much revenue, but I wish they kind of stuck to their guns and not have a yearly release cycle. I wish that they could take their time so we don't get something like MW3, which is just a slap together Warzone campaign that just kind of blows. There's a lot wrong with Activision and I guess the new Microsoft buyout stuff, but Activision sold out. They sold out a long time ago, going back to Advanced Warfare's loot boxes, and then Black Ops 3's loot boxes, and then so on and so on, and now it's $20 skins, a bunch of weapon blueprints that you gotta grind for, but you could spend money on them, and it's just, they sold out, and that's probably my biggest complaint with Call of Duty. It was so great to earn every single thing in the game. In Modern Warfare 2, I had to fight to get that blue tiger camo. I never got the golds, but I always try to get those headshots, get the camos, get all that stuff, level up my gun in MW3, get everything I could possibly want. But that's not really there anymore, except, I guess, in the shop. It's probably the biggest doom of Call of Duty, and I can't even really blame Call of Duty. Modern gaming has swallowed this whole franchise, this whole gaming sphere, to make it just battle passes. And Call of Duty does not need a battle pass. It does not need operators. It does not need skins. All I need to do is go out on a map like Rust and just light shit up. But that's not what Call of Duty's vision is anymore. And maybe eventually they'll hear the backlash and stuff, but even Black Ops 6 has got pre-order bundles and stuff, and honestly, at some point you gotta stop caring about something that's gonna fall on deaf ears all the time. So, yeah, I am excited for Black Ops 6. I'm very excited for Black Ops 6. This is gonna be the first Call of Duty game that I've played modern in a long time. I think World War II was my first Call of Duty game that I've actually really considered playing. So this is going to be an interesting one. I think Black Ops 6 has some potential, but even if it missteps, Call of Duty has infinite chances to get it right. But maybe they'll never get it right. And maybe that's just a part of being too big to fail. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what I do, maybe consider checking out some of my other stuff. Completely up to you. Thank you, and have a good one.